Hey guys, it's Joe. If you know me at all, if you know this channel at all, you know that I like to level alts. Back in Cataclysm, I had 20 85s by the end of Cataclysm, 30 level 90s by the end of Mist of Pandaria. So there is a potential that I'm looking at maybe doing 40 level 100s by the end of Warlords. Let's slow down a little bit, not sure about that. But the main thing is, as I was looking at 30 level 90s, what's the fastest way that I can push them up? Leveling 90 to 100 is already pretty easy as it is, but is there a way I can accelerate that process, being that I'm going to look at maybe doing 40 of them? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm doing that. It's a little tip for you guys if you want to do it. It's not like the fastest way, it's not the most amazing way, it's not the sexiest way. It is the way that I am doing it, and if it helps you guys at all, then so be it. First big component to this is you're going to have flight. Sorry, you definitely need to have Draenor Pathfinder to do this particular run. That's one of the reasons why I actually started doing this, is because once I got Draenor Pathfinder, I wanted to figure out the fastest way to level. So that's definitely crucial in terms of this particular leveling technique. Next thing is to have the pertinent heirlooms to your particular character pushed up to level 100. You're going to need the ones that give the experience. So, I mean, you don't need a weapon necessarily, but anyone that gives the experience boost or bonus, you want to have those particular ones pushed up to level 100. Next up is a completely optional thing, but if the Dark Moon Fair is up, you want to go there and go ahead and get yourself the experience buff for that as well. Extra 10% never hurt anybody. It's not necessary at all. In fact, all the times I've done this, I didn't have it, but hey, again, every little bit helps. The key to this particular leveling technique is this item here called the Elixir of the Rapid Mind. If you remember the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge, it's very similar. It increases experience gain for 15 minutes. This one, however, goes up to level 100 as opposed to Ancient Knowledge that stopped at level 85. The best thing about this particular elixir is that it's BOE. It comes off of a garrison follower mission, so you can sell it on the auction house. As you can see right here, it was going from 2k to 5k, somewhere in there, so it's very, very affordable. Now, the only problem is this one only lasts 15 minutes as opposed to the hour that the Ancient Knowledge one was. So within that 15 minutes, how many levels can we get? How can we best use this particular elixir that has such a finite amount of time? Well, that's what I wanted to do, and that's how this whole leveling technique actually came to be. Now, to get the most use out of the Elixir of Rapid Mind that we can, we have to wait till level 92. In the process, when you hit level 91, you can go to your Garrison Quartermaster, and with Garrison Resources, you can purchase the Excess Potion of Accelerated Learning. That is another 20% to your XP boost. Anything we can do to get us more XP, that is the key. So we want to use this in conjunction with that elixir to level as fast as possible. And here's the real game plan. The crux of this leveling technique is we're going to be leveling through objectives. You can see here in Shadowmoon Valley there are 4. Frostfire has 3, so you have 1 less. Sorry, Horde. But you can use these, and then when we get to level 92, we are then able to do all these bonus objectives here in Gorgron. Now, one quick side note, I did realize later on that you cannot get all these objectives to actually pop for you until you have completed your initial outpost in Gorgron. So make sure that you go through those initial quests in Gorgron to open your outpost and get your special ability, because you won't be able to see all the objectives otherwise. So you get the starting zone, either one, and then Gorgron. As you can see, Gorgron has a ton of these bonus objectives, and they give a bunch of bonus XP. So you add that on with all our XP boosts and everything else, and you're going to level pretty fast. Of course, we want to do this within 1 Elixir of the Rapid Mind, 15 minutes to do all these bonus objectives. In order to do that, we're going to go and do the objectives up to a point. We're going to almost finish each single objective that you saw earlier in the starting zone and in Gorgron. Say if you have 20 mobs to kill for the objective, kill 19 and leave 1 untouched. If you have 15 eggs to pick up, for example, get 14 and leave the 1. Once we have completed that, our prep time is done, and we have all our objectives done except for 1 item each. That is the main crux of this particular leveling technique. We are going to take that Elixir of the Rapid Mind, of course, with all the other XP boosts and everything else, and we're going to go and we're going to complete every one of these bonus objectives with all that XP bonus, all those XP bonuses, and we're going to get all the XP. And this is how we're going to go from level 92 to level 97, using all these bonus objectives in the starting zone and in Gorgron, plus the Elixir of the Rapid Mind. Quick note, I went ahead and set my Hearth in Gorgrond just so I could skip from right when I finished that initial starting zone in Shadow Moon in this case, and so I could Hearth straight to Gorgrond. You've got 15 minutes, you want to make the most of it, so I highly recommend you do that so you get every one of these objectives done in 15 minutes. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights of a particular run that I did. Here I pop my Elixir and hit the first objective and go from about 68% into 92 to about 5% into 93. We're going to go ahead and finish this one up. We're about halfway, just a little over halfway of 93. We're going here, we get this done, and we're almost to 94. 1 bar away from 94, and then of course, ding, there we go. We are nice, about 25% into 94, and at this point again, finished all 4 in Shadow Moon. So then we Hearth and we get to Gorgon, and we go ahead and we're more than halfway through 94. Finish this one up. We're 2 bars away from 95. Again, you can see how this works. It's fairly simple. It's not terribly taxing on. I get anxious. I look at some of these guides where it's just like, go use this and pick up every one of these treasures, and the treasures do give great XP. If you can find some along the way to do filler among doing all these objectives, by all means, go ahead. Tailor this to your own way of doing things. This is just how I do it. This is the kind of the framework of this technique. You guys feel free to take this and run with it and do what you want. That's what I like doing. I'm not going to sit here and say this is the best technique, this is the ultimate guide. It's not who I am. But anyway, this last one, you can see, if you look at the upper left, you can see we're about down to 5 seconds left on the Elixir, and right about 2, 1, and we barely finish it before the Elixir goes down, and we get up to level 97. Now, my results have gone farther than that. I have gone actually a little bit closer to 98. It just depends on different factors, rested XP and things like that. But from 92 to 97 in 15 minutes, that's all you need. At that point, we're going to go from 97, or actually more like 98, to 100 in less than 15 minutes by doing the same technique using Talador. As you can see, same thing, all the objectives, all of them done except for 1 item, and that's just same, like I said, same thing as we did before on a smaller scale, but of course we have a lot less to go in terms of going from about 97, 98 to 100. Now, being that we're only going to be doing one particular zone here to go from 98 to, as you can say, just ding 98 to 100, you might want to use some treasures along the way, a little bit more than you would have maybe in the Shadow Moon Valley or Frostfire into Gorgon type run for 92 to 97. There's plenty of them here, and really, again, we're only going to be going those couple levels. So the Elixir and the lack, you're going to have a lack of objectives because there's only a few in here. But if you need some filler, like I said, there are some treasures lying around. Use handy notes if you want to use those treasures. I'm assuming most people use handy notes anyway. As you can see, I have it on my map in this particular case. So, but this will easily get you from 97, 98 to 100 in less than 10 minutes, pretty much, of the Elixir. So you can see how this technique works. Using 2 elixirs, 4K, maybe 8K at most for both those elixirs, depending on your server, and 25 minutes, and you're gonna end up from 92 to 100. It's a good deal. Again, there's a lot of prep time. I understand that, so it is not like the fastest way to level from level or even 90 to 100. We're not even starting really until 92, even with some prep. But still, to me, this has been a technique that has worked. I find it fairly painless and pretty easy. Again, it's not the quickest, but it just seems a nice happy medium between being really, really fast and very easy and convenient. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. Like I said, this is something I'm doing for leveling all my alts. If it helps you, then fantastic. If it doesn't, then, I understand. If you have different techniques, if you have any other advice to make this a little bit better, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Maybe we can tweak this. Maybe we can make this even better. But like I said, for now, I think it's a nice happy medium. So hopefully you guys appreciated this. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, spread it around social media, all that fun stuff. And hopefully, maybe we've helped a couple people here enjoy World of Warcraft a little bit more. Right now, we've got a bit of a lull. If you want to level some alts, it's a good time to do it. And if this helps power level them and makes the game a little bit better for you, frankly, that's all I seek to do. Help your game time and make World of Warcraft more enjoyable for you. So, thanks again, guys, for everything that you do, and as always, take care of yourselves.